Why did you write Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man?
Two reasons. First of all, my daughters. I have 26-year-old twins and a 21-year-old that's Spelman. Initially, it was for them, but as I really started really looking at it, I was doing it for my radio audience originally. Originally, just my radio audience and my daughters, because the Strawberry Letter comes in, and 98% of the letters are about relationship, and 98% of them is from women. And 98% of them are some woman not really understanding a man. So I was giving out advice for 3 years and 5 years in LA about relationships and how men think. And so some listeners just went, hey Steve, you ought to write a book. I never even thought about it. I had a book deal before this and took the deposit and gave the deposit back 7 months later because I didn't want to write a book. I didn't have anything to say. And so this time I wrote a book, and I just thought I was going to do something for my listening audience. That was really it.
Does it surprise you that it's become a gargantuan hit?
This is
that may not be the right word. I mean, bigger than gargantuan hit.
Biggest blessing of my entire career. I say that's crazy because, if this was joke related, I would kind of get it. If it was TV related, I would kind of understand it. It's a book.
About love advice.
I've never written a book. I really did. I could have never seen this coming.
Does it surprise you that you're doling out relationship advice really well every day?
No,
Dr. Harvey?
No, because I've been in a bunch of them. So. It's funny because some people got on me because I'm in my third marriage. So how can you tell us how to? Well, I'm not telling you how to have a great relationship. I'm still trying to get it right. But I am an expert on manhood, though. I know all about manhood. There's nothing you can tell me about manhood that I don't already know. I am really a full-grown man. And I get us. I know how we are. And we are all the same. And it doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter what color you are. Men, when it comes to relationship, commitment, intimacy, children, we all think the exact same.
So how come women don't seem to get it sometimes? I mean, I've had a chance to do the Strawberry Letter a couple of times.
Yeah, you have.
And you're right. There's always kind of women not getting men would be sort of the takeaway.
Well, I mean, it's one thing that I found that runs through this whole thing. You just keep applying your thought process to us, and that's not going to work because we are so different from you. I look at it almost like, however you're thinking, imagine what you wouldn't think, and that's probably what's going through our head right now. That's probably what's going on with us.
To understand a man.
Yeah, it's really, really that different. But the part of it is we're not complex at all. We're very, very simple. And women are much more complex. There's so many more levels to a woman. If I could come up with the book to describe how women think, I'd be very, very rich.
What would it be called?
The world is now yours. If you could figure out a woman, the world is now yours would be a good title. I don't know nobody that can put that book out.
Why do you think you get so many of these Strawberry Letters? I mean, why are women talking to you, or the men talking to you, but women and men don't seem to talk to each other particularly well?
I think that people are hurting, I think that people are really, really trying to get it right. And I think they want answers, and they just have never found a place to go get them. Women have been there for each other over the years and exchanged so much information with each other. But when it comes to men, you've swapped a lot of bad information. And it's information that's been carried down over the years. And you've incorporated you've incorporated this into your thinking. And we're pretty smart. We threw some things in the mix too, to kind of help you start spreading that amongst each other. That helps us out too. Like we invented the term gold digger. We invented that term, and so now women go, I don't want to be thought of as a gold digger. Well, that keeps a guy free from having to spend his money, discuss his money, while he's steady baiting you and dating you and trying to get from you what he wants. So we created that term. We created nagging. Nagging did not come from a woman. That came from a guy. The origins of these words, I can assure you, came from us. You know, run a man off. That didn't come from a woman. That came from us. We throw that out there. You all keep discussing it, and you implement it. You put it in your thought process, and that's really not how. You're not really a gold digger if you're inquiring about your future. You have every right to know, what are you getting into. You know, what is this guy worth? You know, what is he bringing to the table to offer? You're gonna sign up for a relationship with this guy, and you have no idea what he does, how much he makes, what his track record is. You know, that's kind of crazy.
Strawberry letter today, the 25-year-old said that the guy who's been hitting on her boss's husband, said, I'll buy you anything you want.
Yeah.
And you said, when you were
That's the
responding to
biggest
it,
lie that we tell.
up to $100.
I've said that, but we're going to have a price limit on it. Yeah, up to $150. We max out around in there. Yeah, we'll buy you anything we want. Sounds good, but realistically, come on. How's he going to buy you anything you want if he don't have everything he wants? If this guy's not a billionaire talking to you, and how many have you met, then come on, buy you anything you want. He doesn't have everything he wants. How's he going to get that for you? But it sounds good. And then, you know, you get a couple of little things. You know, we're very crafty. You know, we throw a little. It's called chumming. When you go deep sea fishing, you throw chumming in the water. It's a little snack food to bring fish around, so we can start snagging them in the boat. And we throw a little chumming out in the water. Oh, so what? The guy bought you a dress. He bought you a pair of shoes. So what? That's what you think is love. That's what you equating to emotional, a romance, a relationship. We're just throwing it out there. If that's all it takes to get you, then once a month, here comes some shoes and a dress. That's easy.
What have you learned after doing all these strawberry letters? What's the big takeaway?
That a lot of women still don't get it. You know, that they just keep hoping against all odds. You know, and what I wish women would do is get educated to exactly how we think. It would help you all out so greatly if you would just get educated as to how we think. Stop trying to bend it to fit the way you want it to go if it's not a bendable item. The way a man is a very steel, rigid piece of iron. We're just like an iron bar. This is the way we are. You know, we'll give the appearance that we're bendable, but this is really how we are. And I wish women could get educated to how men really are. It would save you all so much pain, so much misery, man. We're not that bad. We're really not. It's a lot of good men out there. We're not that bad. You just got to get us. Now, I know a lot of women are saying, why do we always have to get men? Because it's easier for you to get us than it is for us to get you. And you know that's true, regardless as to how it might sound coming from me. It is much easier for you to understand us than it is for us to understand you. The best shot we got is just pretty much giving in and letting it go. But you can't afford to give in and let it go to a guy. We can much more afford to give in and let go to you. But you can't afford that. You really can't, because the cost is too high.
We are interviewing a couple. They've been married 21 years, Brian?
21 years.
21 years this couple's been married. 21 years. And they're at the point, they work together. They barely speak to each other. And they're trying to save their marriage. They put all their energy into their kids, every last ounce, and they have no love for each other. And they both say communication, communication. But what exactly does that mean?
I mean, I don't know, you know. I mean, I'm not a relationship expert. I'll tell you on my part, because my wife and I, between us, have 7 kids. So please believe me, and 4 live at the house. 3 are adults, but once they're your kids, they're your kids forever. I've tried peeling them off. I told my twin daughters I didn't know them anymore. I tried that. That lasted 2 days. Shut up, Dad. We're yours. So here's what we do. We make sure we carve out time for us. See, kids are going to be okay. They've got each other. They've got great lives. I provided a great lifestyle for them. So kids are going to be fine. We make sure we carve out niche time for each other almost every day. Almost every day. You know, we go up to our bedroom and we shut the door, and that's it.
Why is that so important?
Because you've got to take care of the reason why all of this exists in the first place. If there was no me, if there was no her, there would be no them. So see, the most important cog in this wheel is the me and her. Because, now this is going to sound a little crazy, but we can get some more kids. We can make some more just like you. They'll look just like you too. So please keep it up, mister. You know, you're expendable. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but we can actually do that.
The relationship is not.
No, it's not. And it can't be sacrificed for children, because the children will be fine. You see, if you sacrifice yourselves for the children, this couple breaks up. Guess what? Guess who becomes severely injured? The kids. See, you keep trying to save something for the kids when inevitably what you're going to end up doing is going to harm the kids anyway. So you got to take a lot of me time. We do special stuff for each other all the time, you know. I mean, you know, I'm fortunate enough where I can hire somebody to watch them. If I say, hey, look, I've taken enough trips, you need to start making some trips, let's go. You know, we do that. You know, we do a lot of family vacations. You know, we take everybody, but our kids are old enough to watch themselves and each other. The youngest ones are 12. So, you know, we put a responsibility on the younger ones we put a responsibility on the older ones to the young ones. And it just kind of keeps us in a cool place. I recommend that, and we have 4 bank accounts. That's a very big part of it.
4 bank accounts?
I think every married couple should have 4 bank accounts. You should have one account where both of you pool your money together and you pay bills out of that. That's a joint. Then you got to have one account where you all put your savings that requires 2 signatures. Nobody can move it. And then she has to have an account that's hers, and you have to have one that's yours. She don't have to come to me and ask me, can she get her nails done? Can she buy some stockings? Can she get some shoes? Can she get her hair done? Go do you. Maintain some individuality. And I get to, if I want to buy a box of cigars, Cubans for $600, that's illegal, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So
I didn't buy the
example.
Cubans. I bought the Cuban-like.
The Nicaraguan.
Yeah, $60 a box. Did I say 600? Anyway, but you know, for whatever I want to do, if I want to buy a shirt that's pretty expensive, or I like alligator shoes, you know, if I want to buy, I can go buy them without it messing up the bill money and without having to check with her. When you create that individuality where they can breathe, it keeps it fresher between the two of you.